things, and today I want to talk with you about embroidery and your analog images, or actually all the images you have, and how you can combine these two. So before we start, I kind of want to talk with you about something, like actually where to find your film. If you haven't watched the video, or if you don't know the channel, there's Nico's photography show. It's a great channel, and he has a video uploaded like just a few days ago. It's where to find your film. He also covers a little bit about the analog thing, but we'll get that like now. But you can watch it. It's interesting where to get film and all the sources. But what happened to me, like why he linked me in that video, is because I got film from Amazon. And there are some really cheeky resellers on Amazon. The film production date was 01/2018, which should be still good if you actually store the film in the right way. But the film wasn't stored in the right way. And I was on the mountains and trying to take some panoramic images for a new video, like how to do panorama with your Polaroid camera. Thinking about like, it's 9 months for the film, that should still be okay. But the images all turned out like this. Like, no green at all, it's like super boring colors. As you can imagine, this one here, that was just some beautiful red leaves, like fall leaves. All these images here, 2 packs of film, turned out like not really usable, or not reflecting actually quality of Polaroid original film at the moment. The film is really good at the moment, but you need to have it like stored properly. So if you get the film, like as soon as I got the film, which is like 1 month ago, I put it in the fridge. It was at a nice temperature, good environment, so I stored it pretty well. But I guess the seller before was just like storing it in a really hot environment. That's what happened. So if you're going to buy some packs of film, go to Polaroid Originals. It's the best source, and it should be the freshest production you can get. Also, like in the description below, you find an affiliate link, which I just got from Polaroid Originals. If you use that link, it helps me a little bit. I get a little commission of all the sales that are done, and it doesn't cost you anything more. So would be lucky if you use that link. But yeah, that's it for film storage, and now let's jump into the real topic. Embroidery. So you will think like, what's embroidery having to do with Polaroids? It's like different techniques, and maybe your mom does it, your grandma, like she's like stitching stuff and so on. But you can combine that with images pretty good, and it gives us some really crazy results. I had my friend Sophie coming over. Actually, that was already a long time ago, so I'm recording this now, and like a few months back I already recorded the stitching process, and like one video in between got missing, so I had to do all the stuff again. But we don't need a lot to it. We need some images, we need some cord, some needles. So I have like 2 needles here. This one, yeah, this little small one with the yellow tip. Let me see, yeah, with this tip here. This one will be for punching the holes. And then we have a little needle to actually do the job that needs to be done. Yeah, then you need some nice thread. Should be able to use some colored one. I actually have no colored one here, but you can see in the video above, like Sophie had a ton of like different threads with her that we used in that image. What you will do with this technique is you take your image and you start like figuring out what you want actually. You can go crazy. You don't need to go like single layer. You can also work with transparencies. Like do multi-layers, connect them with each other. It's a little bit tough to do, but it works. You can do go out of the frame. You don't need to be inside of the Polaroid frame. You just go crazy with your ideas. Do whatever you want. And I would also recommend getting some kind of copper board or something you will put below the image while puncturing it, or some cork or something like that, because you put the needle through and you need to go really through the image. Also, what happens, like when you put the needle in, it creates a little bubble, because you separate top and bottom layer of the image. So it will create a little bubble around the insert. You will see that in the video of the close-ups. And to like get rid of that bubble, I haven't found the perfect solution yet. There's different ways. Like I tried a really old image, also got the bubble, even a little bit worse. I got the really fresh ones, also got it. So my idea would be like to dry out some of these like really small drill bits for Dremels, like and make the holes for that. And like these look like this, and they're really small. I also use them for drilling pinhole holes, like pinhole holes for my pinhole cameras. So they are super small, but they don't like get stuck in the image. So that's a different version of how you could do that. It works out, like if you have the thread over it, it doesn't look too bad anymore. But that's one version you can do it. let's jump into the process, and we put like Sophie's video here and I explain a little bit how everything works. First of all, we need our photo. Sophie is also a model, so that was pretty easy. We decided to do a profile shot. Worked out pretty amazing. What we did afterwards was just deciding on the thread which color fits best for our purpose. We decided to take some purple. Then we took this translucent foil, it's just like some document foil, and traced the outline of hers like silhouette. She's pretty good in drawing too, so as you can see, that's what we came out. And yeah, that's the point when I noticed I lost all the footage, and yeah, we stick that foil to it, and then she started puncturing the holes. And this is the footage of my girlfriend like helping me to recreate that stuff. So we puncture the holes into the image. This one is an architecture shot I did, and we punctured all the holes on the points, like where we want to have the threads going out and back. Then we need our thread, which will go through the needle. We decided to go with some yellow as a nice contrast to the black and white. Take your needle and start going through the holes you already punctured. I would recommend puncturing the holes before, because then you already have a plan where you go and you can just like easily start to lock your thread in the back, and then you can continue. And like, it's a tedious work, it takes quite some time, but it gives you some crazy results. Like, it looks amazing. Here we just try to capture that outline of the building. Like, the facade is pretty nice, it has these triangles, and we're trying to capture these and like bring a little bit more out with the thread. So Janina is just going over it, and like, I'm not really good at sawing, but like, she's pretty good. It's her kind of her job, so she's doing an amazing job, and you can already see the picture coming alive. And it also gives it that like top layer, and it looks amazing. You can see this red gives that image a little special edition, and that's all we wanted. And here you see the final image of Sophie. She traced her portrait and then went with the thread through all the holes and got that amazing shot. So as you see, that process is really simple, but it can give you so much more creative options. If you're not really good at that, ask your mom, ask your grandma, ask a friend of yours who's actually like into sewing or like knows how to do that stuff, and I'm really like, I'm sure they will be lucky to help you with some projects or some ideas you have in your mind. That if you're not that talented, and you don't need a lot of stuff, it's like sense you need for that stuff. You don't need like, it's a thread and a needle. You get that everywhere. You probably have it at home somewhere. So I hope you liked the technique. If you have any questions, suggestions, ideas, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to discuss them with you. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. And if you want to see more content like that, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! On the side note, like, you see something is changing here. We have the new shelf here, I did some light bulbs on top, and like here's just a little light source on the side, which I will change a little bit. We need some more decoration over this side, but I think it looks nice.